ready for this week's spill.
Grab your favorite drink and come hang out with us.
So today it is really gloomy and not the best weather outside, so me and Laura decided to not get bubble tea, so we're drinking Pepsi.
Yum.
But we can still do a first sip, so here we go, you guys. It's good, it's fizzy.
So unique.
So for this week's episode, we are going to do kind of like
an advice column.
Yeah. So we're just going to go back and forth answering questions and giving our opinions and advice.
18 plus, please.
Yeah. Yeah. R-rated.
Yeah, some of these are not suitable for all audiences.
I feel like most of our listeners, like most of you guys are old enough though that like these won't affect you.
Yeah, I don't think there's a lot of youngsters in here.
So for the first one, it says, how can you survive a sexless marriage?
Okay, I think to be in a marriage where you're not like intimate is not a deal breaker necessarily. I think there are definitely a lot of people that can be like completely content just with having like a non-physical relationship.
Just like the emotional like
yeah.
support. Yeah.
Not me, but
okay, my opinion, I feel like there has to be a little like something. Because
you have to.
If not, I don't know. I feel like it just causes issues and like tension, especially if like one person really wants it and the other person's just like not into it.
That's what I was gonna say. I feel like you would have to be mutual. Like you'd either both have to want to be in the relationship without sex or it's not gonna work. Like if one of you doesn't want it.
But is it like the full on sex or can you like do other things? Like to like make up for that? Like is it just strictly like intercourse?
Go out?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that one depends person to person.
Because I feel like if there's foreplay or something, like that kind of eases it a bit.
Yeah, personally, couldn't be me.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Okay, let's go to the next one. Do you believe in right person, wrong time? I can't help but think about missed opportunities.
In my opinion, yes. I believe in that 100%. I feel like you go through your life and you meet so many different people. And I feel like there's a lot of like changes and stuff that you go through as you meet all these people. And I feel like, I don't know, there's always like someone that you think about, I think.
Yeah. Or you fall for someone at like a time where it's not going to work necessarily and you have to revisit it later on. And that obviously like some people don't get the chance to revisit it.
Yeah.
But there's definitely, I think, times where you can be like, yeah, right person, wrong time. And it just doesn't ever line up for some people, which is sad.
It is, especially if there was such a good connection and like it just didn't work. You know, like both of you could not make it work.
Which is so sad.
It is, yeah.
It's possible though. And it does work sometimes.
Yeah, I feel like if you want it bad enough, you make it work.
Definitely can do it though.
Okay, next one. Is it possible to have someone in your life and still be lonely?
110%.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. If you are with a really shitty partner and someone that doesn't give you like attention, time, you know, like just the wrong person, then you're definitely going to feel lonely, whether they're sitting 2 feet away from you or across the planet.
I agree. And I feel like that's with all relationships in your life. Like, even if you're not boyfriend, girlfriend, wife, husband, whatever, I feel like people can feel like lonely even if they have like family or friends that like don't check in on them or whatever the case may be. I feel like there's always like a space for that to happen.
I wouldn't have even thought of it that way. I'm so glad you said that because, yeah, there are people that have like massive families and still feel completely alone.
Yeah. And I feel like a lot of those times, like, people don't know what you're going through either to like be feeling that way.
Just be open. I think that's, if you're feeling lonely, in any situation, just be open with people. Let them in, let them know.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay, next piece of advice you are going to give. What are some things I can do to my style to look edgier and more intimidating and not so fragile and naive?
I wouldn't say that I have like an actual style. I kind of wear whatever,
Yeah.
whenever,
Yeah.
but edgy. I wear a lot of black.
That's edgy.
I just recently went to Morgan Wallen with Lore.
Whoop, whoop.
And I wore like, I guess, an edgier outfit there.
It was for sure.
Accessorize. I love accessorizing. Like, I did a chained belt and like chain triple necklace.
It was so cute. And you had your big chunky boots.
Yes, big chunky boots. And
Big
they
combat
are
boots.
also black.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like black is just like very edgy and like, yeah.
I agree.
So if you don't, wear more black.
I feel like that was a perfect one for you to give advice on because you're definitely like, at least out of the two of us, the more fashion forward one. Like you're just more fashionable in general than I am.
I feel like makeup and like hair help with that too. I'm big into like that.
Yeah, you always have like really nice hair and makeup done too.
I'm very picky with that stuff.
But even just like outfits in general, not even just edgier, like all of your outfits are just like spot on all the time. You have like the best fashion sense.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Fuck, maybe that was my advice. Y'all never know. Low-key trying to get Cass to give me advice.
Next one. Can we self-soothe and comfort our own self by talking to ourselves? Is it possible?
Oh, yeah, 100%. Like, I definitely sometimes if I'm like going through it, it sounds crazy. It's not, but I'll sit and like out loud talk to myself and be like, okay, you're fine. You're good. Just like take a deep breath. Everything's good. All the time I do that.
See, I feel like I need somebody to do that for me.
Really?
Yeah, I never like hype myself up. I never like talk to myself. I basically cry a lot over everything, like good or bad. I'll like cry, and if I get stressed, it like I don't know. I'm just not good at talking to myself and like calming myself down.
You should try. Like, have you tried or you have tried and it doesn't work, or like you just don't?
No, I don't know. I feel like weird like talking to myself.
Me. I am though. Like I'll literally, if I'm home alone especially, I'll like sit and talk to myself about like even other than self-soothing stuff. Like if I'm like going through it feeling like depressed or like angry even, I'll like talk to myself and I'll be like, okay, you know what you need to do? Like just buckle the fuck up, like get on your feet, do your thing, go. And I will literally sit there and talk out loud to myself. And it helps.
See, I don't talk out loud, but like I get thoughts in my head. You know,
That's
like
kind
I
of
think,
the same, right? Like comforting yourself.
I guess.
Yeah. Do you have like internal dialogues with yourself in your head?
Sometimes, yeah. I guess.
Yeah, okay.
So like I'm thinking like, okay, like calm down, it's fine.
See,
I just don't speak it.
That's kind of the same thing. Try speaking it sometimes. Just be like, Cass, you're a bad bitch. What are you doing right now?
Yeah.
I feel like it would work. Try it. Give it a try sometime.
Yeah.
Okay, I have another one. Oh, is it weird for siblings to live in an apartment together? These ones are 20-year-old female, 24-year-old male.
Ooh.
It's an interesting question.
I wouldn't say that it's weird. I think the only part that would get weird is if you both were to like bring people over.
Oh.
Right? Like you don't want your sibling like in that situation with you.
Oh.
That's weird. Right?
Ew.
That's weird. I would never want like my brother or sister around. I mean, obviously you would give a heads up, but like the thought is still there.
Yeah, like what if you came home after like a night out from like a bar and you bring someone home and your fucking little brother's just sitting on the couch like, hey.
Yeah, no, I would need a heads up for sure. Like,
done.
Okay, sis, I'm coming home. Get out.
Right? Yeah, I agree. I feel like it would only be weird if you're like bringing people home. But I feel like living with your sibling would be so much fun.
It would. I mean, obviously you guys would butt heads because siblings. Like, I don't know. That's Me personally, though, I don't think I could live with a sibling.
Really?
Yeah, like I love them all to death, but I don't think I could live with any of them.
I guess it's out of the question for me because when I was old enough to move out, I already was having children. So I guess if I thought about like kids aside, husband aside, I would definitely live with one of my brothers. 100%. That would be so much fun. We'd kill each other. But it would be fun before we killed each other. You know what I mean?
And I feel like just the different like styles and I don't know, that part would get me, I think.
That too.
I'm very picky.
You're just particular. I feel like maybe not for you.
No, definitely not for me. But I mean, if it's good for you guys, you do you.
Couldn't be Cass.
No, could not be me. Okay, so first date advice. I'm going on my first date ever next week, and I'm very nervous.
Oh.
Ooh.
Okay, so this one is gonna be tough because I feel like you haven't gone on a lot of like official first dates. I think I've only been on like 3 that were like proper first dates. I guess it depends on where you are, who you are, but like in general, I say bring some kind of flowers or something, like something to offer the person, you know, like as like a little
Like hello.
Yeah. Pull out chairs.
I've never had someone pull out a chair or open a door for me.
No way.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh.
Ever.
What the frick? Really?
Mm-hmm. And flowers, I hate roses.
Yeah, I know that you hate roses. But
I mean, yeah, flowers are cute, for sure.
That's depressing. I'll start opening doors and pulling out chairs for you. Yeah, I don't know. I think supper is easy. Supper is an easy first date.
It is, yeah.
Go for like a meal. Don't go for spicy food or anything like garlic forward because that's yuck, especially if you're going to have like your first little smoochie. Don't do garlic.
Ooh, do you guys kiss on the first date? Let us know in the Q&A after this video.
Oh, shit. Or do you kiss before the first date?
Oh!
Not me.
I mean, me.
Oops. Oh, I love it. Yeah, generic stuff. Do the most, but don't do too much.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like, I mean, I've gone out for dinner with somebody.
Yeah.
But never anybody that actually, like, I put time into after that, that's for sure.
Do you think, okay, here's my thing. Do you think a first date is just like you said, dinner? Do you think that's considered like a date, or do you think it has to be like dinner and a movie, or like dinner and blah, or this, and like more than one thing?
Okay, in my opinion, I hate the idea of dinner and a movie. Dinner is fine because you guys can talk, but then you go to a movie and you sit there and you're in silence. So it's like you're not really doing anything to like get to know the person.
That's true. I wouldn't have thought of it like that.
But like dinner and a walk, or like dinner and mini golf, or like, you know, like
That's
something like
cute.
that. Cute, because like you guys are still talking and like having fun and whatever, learning about each other.
Yeah. So there you go. You want at least 2 parts.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Take notes.
Ooh, okay, extra question to this.
Yeah.
Guy pays on the first date, or do you go in thinking, I'm going to pay for my stuff?
Ooh, I feel like at the beginning, I always prepare to be paying for my own, but like hoping that he's going to be like, I got this, don't worry, honey.
Same.
Like, you know?
Yep.
Yeah. Like, I'm prepared. Like, I'm not going there with expectations, but like hope.
Yeah.
Like, please.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do another one. Aww. Okay, this one asks, how do you move on from somebody?
I have like mixed opinions on this. If you guys are still together and just not feeling it anymore, I feel like there's a lot of like confusion that can come into that. Mm-hmm. But to help move on, I feel like you should just be doing things that like keep your mind occupied and stuff that you enjoy, so you're not always thinking of like the bad. And I feel like that helps, or like being around people that you want to be around, and like, I don't know, just keeping busy.
I agree. I feel like, yeah, moving on from somebody in the aspect of breaking up, that I totally agree. What about moving on from somebody that you're just like hung up on after a breakup? What do you think for that?
Then yeah. hang on to someone else.
Stop! Oh my god! Okay, but what about for people that, like, are onto someone new but still hung up on their ex? Like, personally, I know someone in my close life that still has a hard time moving on from her ex. What advice do we give her?
I don't know, I suck at this. I really do.
I think you just at some point have to
Cut it off.
cut it off, like let it go.
Yeah. But I think finding that time is hard. I mean, there's never a right time. There never will be a right time. You just have to do it.
Tell yourself what's meant to be is going to be. That helps me. Like when something is not going the way I want it to, or like I'm missing something or whatever, telling yourself, like, if this was meant to be, it would.
Yeah.
So obviously there's something that was not meant to happen here. Just look at it like that.
True, yeah.
And wait for someone better to come along, because 100 times out of 100, that was not the statistic, but it probably is.
Don't quote Lauren on that.
Google won't agree with me. There's probably someone better. If you feel like you're having a hard time letting go of somebody, there's probably someone better.
100%, yeah.
That you won't have to let go of.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
what I think.
All right. This one, any tips on getting my first job?
Ooh, dress to impress.
Yeah, I agree.
And apply for something you're passionate about.
I feel like starting out in the job field, like I got my first job when I was 14.
What?
Yeah.
What was your first job?
I worked at a hockey rink.
Love that! Oh my god!
Yeah, and just did like the concession there. But the people that I worked with were amazing, and it was so fun. And I actually stayed there like for quite a while.
Really?
Like into university, yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was like just seasonal, so I had like in between jobs. And
That's
then
pretty cool.
Yeah. But I feel like I'm not the person to give advice on this for sure, because anytime that I've applied for a job, that one I got hired on the spot.
Did you?
Yeah, and like probably I think almost every job that I've applied for was like on the spot. Didn't really have to wait.
Oh damn.
My current one I did.
That's right. Yeah, I don't know. I guess that's kind of it, right? It's like find something. Don't lie. On like a
Yeah.
resume or an interview, just be honest, because even if it's not exactly what the interviewer wants to hear, I'm sure they're gonna appreciate the honesty anyways.
Yeah.
So don't be a liar pants during your interview. That's a no-no.
No, and I feel like you should go in and just honestly be completely yourself.
Yeah.
Because if you do get hired, like they're gonna eventually know how you are, how you act, how you like figure stuff out.
Yeah.
So I would just go in and be 100% like your authentic self.
Yeah, come in there as yourself. Okay, another one. This one asks, at what point would you give up on a relationship with a friend or a significant other? I'm clinging on to a fantasy at this point. Aww.
I feel like if they're no longer satisfying your needs, I feel like we grow as people all the time, and it's okay to like move on from people that no longer fit that. I mean, if you talk to them and they say like, oh, like I'll fix this or whatever, great.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like there's a lot of times where people don't change or like evolve with you, and it's just time to cut them off. If they're not making you happy or bringing any type of joy or fun into your life, I just don't think they need to be there.
No, and I think you'll know. You'll have a gut feeling when it's like time to cut it off. And it can be like civil. It doesn't have to be like a big nasty falling out. It can be civil. You can just agree that you're going in different directions and like let it go.
I feel like especially now, like that we're getting older, we're not in school anymore. Like it's time to grow up and realize that people are not the same as they used to be. And if things, you know, grow old, they grow old. And if it's not with you, then so be it.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like you're not going to have nobody.
Yeah.
Right? It's just the ones that aren't meant to be there anymore, just let them go and cheer for them on the sidelines.
Yeah, I feel like there's no need to like bring hate into it at all.
No.
And if the other person gets mad about that, then whatever, that's on them. But if you're being like the mature one about it, then That's good enough.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next one, does seeing an ex mess with anybody's energy? I feel so disrupted right now.
I think if it's fresh, it can. And I think certain exes, it can. Like, I feel like there's a lot of my exes, if I saw, I wouldn't think twice. Like, I would just kind of, like, oh, I know that guy, huh?
Yeah.
But there's definitely a couple that I would feel like a shiver, you know, I'd be like, ugh, yuck, you know? Definitely a few. It just depends, I think, on who it is.
Yeah, I think it depends on who it is too. As for me, like I haven't been in a lot of long-term committed relationships, but the ones that I have been in, and if I seen them, I feel like it would be fine because I like none of them ever ended on like a bad note.
That's good.
I mean, obviously it would be a little weird, like, oh, I haven't seen you for 10 years or whatever.
Yeah. That's good, though, that, like, most of them ended amicably. That's the word, right?
I don't know. Ended good. Sure.
Not me trying to sound smart.
But if it was a fling or like whatever, one nighter or like
Oh, that's awkward.
then it's weird.
That's weird. I agree.
Yeah.
That's awkward. Then, like, do you say hi to each other, or?
Like,
or
please don't, but.
Or do you just put your head down and, like, pray they didn't see you, like, oh, fuck, oh,
yeah.
fuck.
Oh, gotta do a 360 here. I gotta go the other way.
Oops, I'm late for nothing.
Yeah.
Ugh. Ooh, this one. My best friend murdered his wife and wants to talk with me. Do I answer?
Ugh. This one makes me kind of sick. Like.
Uh-huh.
Ugh.
Imagine it's me. Because your best friend, this person's best friend murdered his wife. If I murdered my husband and I was like, Cass, I want to talk to you.
I would talk to you. I don't know. I would talk to you. But I don't know exactly what would come out of my mouth.
Oh. Like, would you be supportive or mad? Or both?
I would be confused. I would ask you why, find out why, and then, like, because you are so important to me, like, I would be there.
Oh.
But it's like, what the heck, you know? Like,
yeah,
that's just big news and a crime, a literal crime.
It's a pretty bad one.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just murder.
Like, what would you do?
I think I would want to talk to the person just to know why. I don't know that I'd be able to, like, I love you so much, but I don't know if I'd be able to keep talking to you. I'd be like, girl, why'd you do it?
Yeah.
And then it would kind of be like, I'll see you in 15 years. Go do your time.
But, like, you're in there for life, and I'm not bailing you out.
No, I wouldn't bail you out either. I can't. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I would want to talk to you, though, and know.
Another point of view.
Okay.
If you got to the point where you thought that you, like, that was your only way out, if it was abusive or whatever, and it really, like, messed with your head and nobody was doing anything to help you, that's a different story to me.
100%. I'm on your side then.
Yeah.
Like,
too.
if it was a case of, like, your life or theirs.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%. That changes everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if it's just, like, a senseless...
Like, I was bored and
there was a knife.
Popped a cap in your ass. Done. I was like, I'm sorry, I can't be there for you, babe.
That's interesting, though, too. Like, you're bringing so many good, like, points to this. Because I would have also never thought of it that way. Because it does make a difference.
Yeah, I think that's the only way that I could physically, like, be able to give all of my, like, friendship to you.
And support.
Yeah.
And, like, forgiveness. Because at the end of the day, whether it was, quote, warranted or not, you still killed someone.
Yeah.
But there are definitely situations where, like, you probably didn't have another choice.
Exactly.
Yikes.
Okay. My boyfriend is starting an OnlyFans, and I can't tell him I don't want him to.
Why can't you tell him?
Yeah, I feel like if you're in a relationship, you should definitely have that communication.
Yeah,
to like be or say you're uncomfortable with that.
That's my first question: is what is stopping you from telling him? Because if and I'll be honest, I'm not cool with that. Like, if my husband was like, "I'm gonna start an OnlyFans," I'd be like, No, please don't. So I think the first issue in this person's relationship is like you obviously can't be honest and like speak how you feel and feel like safe about being honest.
Yeah, which sucks. Like, it
Red
sounds like
flag.
they're trapped or
Yeah.
like whatever. Yeah.
Or in a bad relationship.
Yeah.
So, red flag, that's probably a good indicator. Number one, that like you're not in the right relationship, but also like, why is he starting an OnlyFans? Is it for money or like attention? Because that is an issue
Yeah.
too, right?
What
Like,
if he asked you to do it with him?
oh, I don't think I could do it, but like some people could. Do you, boo? Like I couldn't, but I
Yeah, I'm not
mean,
sure. I feel like you really have to be in a good or bad mindset. I don't know, however you look at it, but to
True.
allow people to see you in that way, aside from you and your partner in the bedroom.
Yeah, it's vulnerable.
Yeah.
You'd have to be pretty confident.
Like, a part of me would be like, no, I don't want you to do that. But then another part of me is like, you want to be supportive. And if that's what they want to do, I don't know. I have mixed feelings on it.
I think that too. It's another one where it depends on the person you're with. Like some partners are going to be really supportive, some people just can't.
Yeah.
And I feel like there are people that would consider that like cheating, right? Like having other people pay to see your partner, like
The goods.
the goods.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I feel like some people would not be cool with that because the cheating line is different for everybody. Like some people think emotional cheating is like cheating. Some people think physical is when it's cheating. Some people like it's different for everybody. So you'd have to be with someone,
Has like the same mindset.
yeah, exactly, where you guys can agree like this is not cheating, it's just for like fun or just for business or whatever.
But I mean, people make bank on OnlyFans.
That's facts.
And
They
if
do.
any of you do OnlyFans and you're good at it, like, kudos, honestly.
Props,
Kudos.
yeah.
Because I wish I had that bag.
Like, oh, like so true though. Like, go off. I couldn't, but I'm so happy for those of you that can.
Honestly, same.
Jealous. Oh, okay. This one says, how do I come to terms that me and my partner want different things in life? It's another relationshipy one.
Yeah. I feel like this is tricky because if you love the person like so much, you want to like try and stick around, but at the same time, I feel like if you do stick around and your guys' views are different, you're never going to grow to be like what you want to be. So I feel like when it gets to that point, yeah, you just need to cut ties. As shitty as it is and as much as it would probably hurt, I just feel like once you get to a certain point where your views don't line up anymore, that's just not your person.
Well, because it's not going to work.
Yeah.
Because you'll just be compromising who you are or they'll be doing it.
Yeah.
It's sad, though.
It is sad, but...
Especially when it's like you do love each other, but you're just not on the same page. Then it's really sad.
Yeah, 100%.
Like in movies and stuff, the breakups where like they're so healthy and so in love, but it's just like not gonna work.
Yeah, someone gets a job in New York and this person's in Colorado.
Those kill me.
Yeah.
Oh.
How much is too much to listen to a friend complain?
Ah. Okay, as a complainy friend, I feel like I can be definitely. Don't shake your head. Yes, I am. This is going to be controversial, I think, because I definitely think you need to support your friends no matter what. Like, if you're agreeing to be, like, a person to someone else, like, yeah, listen to them complain, listen to their shit. If you want to tell me something 100 times, do it. Like, I'm here for it. I will support you. I will listen to you. I think the only time you get to a place where it's too much is if it's starting to, like, negatively affect you emotionally. So, say, like, you're talking to someone about the same thing day in, day out. You can't get a word in. Or, you know, like, it's just, like, the only thing you talk about, and it's starting to, like, negatively affect you, and, like, you're feeling, like, sad when you talk to the person, then, like, yeah, take a step back, maybe.
Yeah, I feel like there's a difference between coming to your friend for like advice or like a little vent sesh compared to complaining every single day. There's a big difference.
Yeah, like you can put up with a lot and be supportive of a lot, but if it's just going to be like a miserable, depressing conversation, like you got to take care of yourself too at the same time.
Especially if they're not doing the same for you.
That too, like if it's one-sided,
Yeah.
yeah, then you don't really owe them much at that point, I don't think.
I don't think so.
No.
Ooh, juicy. Okay. Libido higher than my wife. Don't want to hurt her, but how do I ask her to be a little more adventurous in bed?
Oh, honestly, this is not an issue for me because I feel like I'm the one that doesn't have a libido problem. So if anything, I'd be the one that's like pushing for a more adventure, but like also that's not our issue. So
Yeah.
sorry to anyone listening, but like not an issue for us. So I feel like just be honest. Like sex and stuff, you have to be really honest.
And I feel like you need to ask questions like, what do
Yeah.
they like? Like, or as you're doing stuff, like, is this good? Especially if you're first starting out and you don't know the person's body yet.
Well, or if you're with someone that's like a little more reserved, but they want to kind of branch out a little bit.
I feel like you have to lead then. In that point, you just gotta like do it. If they hate it, I feel like then
safe word.
Yeah.
Eggplant. No, that's not a good safe word.
Give me that eggplant, babe.
Like, oh, I'll stop, I'm done. Do you have a safe word? Ew.
No.
I don't think I've ever really had one either. No, platypus.
No, ew.
Sorry.
That instantly dried up.
That's perfect, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Just be honest. You have to, because like that's one thing you can't piss around with, like intercourse. You got to just be.
Please don't piss around.
Unless they ask you to. Yeah. Consent is key. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do one more. What is your advice for a relationship that starts from friendship, and how do you bring up sexual topics and interests?
Okay, so this for me, I've never started off a relationship as being friends, so I kind of suck at this one for like advice. I don't know. I feel like because I've never experienced it. It would be weird for me to have a friend, and then one day it's like, oh, okay, we're kissing, we're fucking, we're doing all of this. I don't know. That to me would be weird because I've never experienced it.
Okay, that's fair. And then for me, like me and Marcus were obviously best friends for like nearly a year.
Yeah.
And we were at a point where like I'd confide in him in like my feelings for like other people even. So he would sit and listen to me like bitch about other guys.
Okay, I'm going to stop you for a sec. I feel like that's a good thing though, because then he knows how you like view things.
That's true.
And then he's like thinking in his head, I bet, like, okay, she doesn't like this, or this pissed her off, or like whatever, so I'm not going to do those things.
He's a fucking genius. Marcus, you are a fucking mastermind. Oh, okay.
We know your secret.
Busted. Okay, but I do think relationships that start from friendships are better. And here's why. Because obviously to build a friendship, you need to have like commonalities, trust, respect. You like spending time with the person, you like being with the person. And then really the only difference when you turn it into a relationship is you're adding intimacy.
Yeah.
Because like me and Marcus still are like fucking best friends. Like the dude is like, well, besides you.
It's fine.
Like he's my best friend.
Yeah.
Like I fucking love him.
And I feel like that's how it should be.
That's exactly why I think it works, is because like besties. Honestly, and like you just get to fuck your bestie. I don't know.
Before that though, like before you guys decided, okay, like let's do this, was there a lot of sexual tension?
Yes. Oh my god. There were like weeks where neither of us said anything and just like pined after each other. So we'd like brush shoulders walking and both of us be like, ooh. But so like the tension
Not
definitely.
the shoulder.
Yeah, first time we kissed, boom pow, magic.
Yeah.
But I feel like, I guess the question was like, how do you bring up sexual topics? Just, if it clicks, it clicks. It's not going to for everyone. Like, some people are just meant to be friends. Some people are meant to be together, so just see how it happens. If it's not organic, it's not for you, babe.
Yeah, and I just feel like that's a question you need to ask and find out. Like, if that person does not feel the same about you and you're getting hung up on this person, you're going to get your heart broken.
And your friendship's over.
Yeah.
So you gotta be careful, too. Draw a line in the sand.
I feel like there's, like, little hints, though, that you could watch for.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, on both ends.
Oh, yeah. I feel like most people have a good tell. Like, when you're into someone, it can get obvious.
Yeah, I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, there you guys go. There's some advice from me and Laura for relationships, life, sex.
And actually, if we ever want to do this again and like any of you want to send in advice questions for us, like we'll leave it anonymous. You can DM us or comment or anywhere, really. Just send us a question. We'll give you advice on it for a future episode.
Yeah, we can do a Q&A for stuff that you guys want to know.
That would be so much fun.
And then we hope to see you guys in our next episode. It's going to be pretty good. Talking more so about a condition that like me and Laura deal with, and also probably a lot of you guys that are listening.
Mm-hmm. Something that's not talked about very much either.
Yeah, more so now than it was, for sure.
Yeah, I believe that for sure. Like, I wouldn't know anything without Cass. She's good. This is going to be a good one for her. I'm excited. Make sure you like, share, comment, follow, whatever the fuck else you want to do.
And we'll see you guys in that next episode.
XOXO! Go Sip Girls!